I'm Lisa Martin and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, then please watch this video, and if you like the content, at the end of this video, please hit the red subscribe button, and when you do, a bell will appear and you can click on all notifications so that anytime I go live or I drop a new video, you will be notified. If you're not new to my channel, then you're part of my family, and I love y'all, and thank you so much for choosing my channel to watch. I love having y'all here. So what I did is I have promised you some Thanksgiving meals, and this right here is another pie, and I am so excited to share this with you. It's a great pie. And if someone invites you over for Thanksgiving, it would be a great pie that you could take with you to their house and say, I just wanted to bring something. And you could bring it along and then just eat like a little sliver of theirs and then eat this. And don't tell them it's keto. What I do is I let them eat it first, and then I tell them it's keto, and they can't believe it. Most people don't associate pie with being keto, so you're pretty safe with that. But that's just an idea. If you're hosting it yourself like I am, I'm definitely going to have this pie available too. So anyways, I just want to show you how easy and good this pie is. It's so easy. So if you're interested in making this chocolate pecan pie that I have that's keto, then stick around. And first, I'm going to tell you what you need to have in it. There's a link below that's an Amazon affiliate. I'm an Amazon affiliate. If you don't mind, anytime you make an Amazon purchase, if you would click on that first and help me out with my channel, that just helps keep my channel going. But this came from a Natasha Newton out of the Southern Keto. Now, I switched it up a little bit and added some things and did that. She actually had an illness and became keto and came up with a lot of good recipes. And I couldn't afford, when I first started a new cookbook, because I was just starting out. So I just kind of took stuff. But then after about a year, I bought it off of Amazon. So all you have to do is click on the Amazon link below and type in Southern Keto Cookbook, and it comes right up. It's a really good cookbook. But what you need is my go-to pie crust, which I will pin the card at the top of this so that when this video is over, all you got to do is click on it and it will take you right to it. It's your go-to pie crust. And you can do without pie crust, but you don't have to, so why do it? So with that, 2 eggs. You need 2 eggs, a half a cup of erythritol. I'm going to be using my monk fruit. I bought this at Ross's, and it was only $4.49. So I try to stock up on this when I can, because that's my very favorite of all the sweeteners. 1/4 of a cup of melted butter, which we're going to melt. This is a half a stick of butter, is what it is. 1 tablespoon of coconut flour, and I bought this when I first started because that it was cheaper than the almond flour, and I made everything with coconut flour instead of almond flour. And then I found out later that you actually have to change the you don't have to use as much of this as used with the almond flour, and I had no idea. I was just doing the same recipe using the coconut flour because it was cheaper, but now I do have both. A half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And I don't know what in the world has gone on, but this has gotten so outrageous. This little thing cost as much as when I had a bigger one. So 1/4 of a teaspoon, a half a teaspoon of that, 1/4 of a teaspoon of our pink salt. And I just put it in a regular salt shaker. It's just easier for me. 2 splashes of liquid erythritol. Now I use this, and this you can get through Skinny Syrups, and there's also a link below where you can actually get a discount on this. I have yet to find this anywhere else but online, and I like to have it because it does take the place of like corn syrup. It takes the place of like honey, so I just kind of like it. It's called agave with stevia extract. Is 0 calories. So I'm going to be using that. If you don't have this, then you can use just your regular liquid erythritol, some splashes of that. And then I'm going to be using 2 splashes of this. I got this off of Amazon. I don't know if you can get it anywhere else. It's called Milk Magic, and it's cookies and cream. So I just want to add a little bit of chocolate, more chocolate flavoring. And then a half a cup of Lily's. I'm going to use Lily's. Now, Walmart has a brand now too, but I had these, so I'm just going to be using these up. And then I crushed my chopped pecans, and I've got them right here. You only need a half a cup, but I chopped a whole cup because I like to drizzle it on top. But I buy my pecans at Sam's in the big bag, and then all you have to do is chop them up. So what you're going to do with that is put all the ingredients together except for the chocolate chips and pecans. We're going to mix it well. Then we're going to fold in the chocolate chips and pecans and add the extra pecans, just drizzle them on the top. And then we're going to bake it on 325 for 50 to 60 minutes. So we're going to put it in our pie shell. So I'm so excited. I've already got the pie shell done. And like I say, it is so, so easy. Look how nice and beautiful and brown. And you don't have to cook it as long because you're going to be baking it too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this half a stick of butter and I'm going to drop this down so that you can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to put this in the microwave so that I can, yeah, okay. So I'm going to take this, it's a half a stick of butter, and I'm just going to take it all off. Now what I do is I put it in 30-second intercrate, because if you don't, you can make a really, really big mess in your microwave. So I'm going to put it in 30 seconds, put it in for 30 seconds at a time. And I got a new microwave, so I have to learn to use it. Okay. So I'm going to wipe my hands on that. And so in the meantime, while that is working, I'm going to bring out the mixer, and I'm going to get that ready to go. I just love my mixer. Okay, and we're going to add this. Okay, let's see. This is like a puzzle piece, yes. Alright, and so then make sure it won't come down. And I see that my microwave is done. And it's pretty much, if you let it get to the point where it's still got a little bit of a chunk in it, see, it's got a little bit of a chunk in it, I'll let you see, then you can move it around. See how it's got a little bit of a chunk in it? You can move it around and it will dissolve rather than get it all and then have it all over your microwave. So I'm going to let that sit. I've got 2 eggs, okay, and I'm just going to throw them in here. Not throw them, but break them and put them in here. Alrighty. 2 eggs, a half a cup of erythritol, and that would be this. Okay. And I'm just going to pour it in here. I'm going to use the same cup for everything. Okay, just measure it out as a half a cup. If you like it more, once you make it, if you like more sugar in it, then you can just add, a little bit more to it. So that's a half a cup. 1/4 of a cup of melted butter, and that's this. And now it's all melted, see? It's all melted because it's been with the heat. Alrighty, so I'm just going to pour that in. Make sure we get it all because that is so good. 1 tablespoon of coconut flour. I'm just going to use this guy. And I use the same, you don't have to dirty a bunch of dishes. That's 1 tablespoon of coconut flour. A half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So I'm going to get, once you make this, you know about what a half a teaspoon is. So this is vanilla extract. A half a teaspoon. There you go. And 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, which is this right here, our pink salt. 1. And then 2 splashes of liquid erythritol, which I'm just going to use 2 splashes of this. So 1. And it's kind of thick, so I really like it, but it's real, real flavorful. A little bit of this goes a long ways. And then about 2 or 3 splashes of this Milk Magic. 1, 2, 3. And it's a real heavy taste, so you don't need a whole lot of it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put this down because we're going to mix everything, and we're going to lock this bowl into place, which I love that. And we're going to put the splatter-proof I'm just going to put it on real low and let it all combine. Okay, so this is such an easy recipe. Put it on just a little bit faster. And then we can go ahead and we can use half a cup of this. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in here. And then I'm going to open a new bag of the lilies. And we have a half a cup of that too. Okay, I think we're pretty much done. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of go fast a little bit. And then I'm going to get me this so we can mix it up really good. There we go. Okay. Take this off, splash proof, and push this up. Look at how much flavor that is. That is so much flavor. And just kind of throw that in the sink. And I was going to let you see the mixture so that you can see what we're working with. See, that's what we're working with. So it's kind of a, see. So you can kind of see. I'm going to push this back out of the way so that you can see. Oops, just knocked that over. I'll fix that. Okay, so now we're going to fold in half a cup of chocolate chips and a half. This is a whole cup, so we're just going to use half of this mixture. This is so good. See, just about half a mixture there. Okay. And then we're just going to let you see what it looks like now. See? And we're going to mix it up. And make sure that you fold it in really good and it gets mixed in really good. Okay. And now you can see what kind of mixture we've gotten in there. Okay. And now I'm going to take the pie crust and bring it over here. And I've got the oven preheating on 325. And so you can see what we got here. I'm just going to pour it in. Make sure you get all the nuts because sometimes they like to hang around the bottom. This is just so easy. Now just spread it around because it will need to be spread around. It's kind of thick with the chocolate chips and I like to just, okay. Make sure that it's real. Look at how much half a cup of those chocolate chips did. And now I'm just going to sprinkle these chopped pecans so you can see on top. And just continue spreading. Yeah, I like to get it all the way to the edge. But I love this pie crust. You will never know that you're that was one of the things last year I didn't have a pie crust. And I did everything without a pie crust. And I just didn't like it I liked it, but not as well. You will absolutely love this pie crust. So this is what we've got. Okay, our chocolate pecan pie. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the oven, in the preheated oven. And we will put that on 50 to 60 minutes. So what I do is I put 50 minutes on it and then I check it. And you can check it depending on your oven and how it goes. So we'll just put 50 minutes in there and then check it, if not 60 minutes. So what you need again is one of the go-to pie crusts, which I will pin the card to the top of this, 2 eggs, a half a cup of erythritol, a fourth of a cup of butter melted, 1 tablespoon of coconut flour, a half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, a fourth of a teaspoon of salt, 2 splashes of liquid erythritol, 2 splashes of chocolate liquid, a half a cup of Lily's chocolate, a half a cup of chopped pecans. You put everything together except for the chocolate chips and the pecans, and you mix it well. You fold in the chocolate chips and pecans at the end and some pecans on the top, and you bake it on 325 for 50 to 60 minutes. And when you do, when it comes out of the oven, you will cut it in eight pieces, and that will be 3 net carbs for 1 piece. And so be watching for the taste test video. That will be next. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to share my videos, and don't forget to subscribe and become part of my family, and ring the bell to all notifications. Also, at the end of this video, there'll be a picture of me on the screen. You can click on that to subscribe also. And please watch one of my playlists, binge watch it, so that I will get, YouTube will continue to put me on the suggested video list, and let them know that you want to see more from me. Thank you so much. I hope to see you here on the next video. Have a wonderful day.